Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today is Monday. It's the start of a beautiful new week that we get to share together. And I am so excited because today we've got something special planned. Oh yes, we've got a fun new creation for us to create together. So get excited. But before we jump into our project, let's talk about our riddle. So, our riddle today, I think you guys are gonna pick up what I'm putting down. I also think it's really funny. I love a good play on words. So let's jump right into it. Our riddle today is, where do the walls go to meet? All right. At the end of our video, as always, we will reconvene together to figure out the answer. So, I'll see you then. For now, let's jump right into what we've got planned for today. All right, guys, I hope you are excited today. We've got something super cool planned. One of my favorite art projects to do. It's simple, it's fun, and there's no need to be afraid because guess what? We are going to be making a tape painting. And before you silly gooses go and say, we're going to be painting the roll of tape? No, we're going to be painting on a piece of paper, piece of canvas, a cardboard, whatever you have available to paint on. We are just going to be using the tape to help us paint. I'll show you how shortly, so keep those ears open and those eyes a-watching. So, you'll need paint, you'll need paint, you'll need tape, you'll need paint brushes, and I would recommend having a little glass of water just so you can wash off your paint brushes as you use them. We want to make sure we're taking care of our things. All right, trying to think of anything else we may need. I think you just need a good attitude and some creativity, and we are all set. So, let's jump into it. I hope you guys are ready because it is time for us to get a painting. So, what are we using this painting tape for? We are going to be marking off sections of our canvas, our paper, our cardboard, whatever we are using, so that when we paint over this, there's still places of white. So we've divided it into sections. Give me one little second and I'll show you exactly what I mean. So we're gonna take strips of tape. I'm not going to show you my pattern just yet because I want you guys to do your own thing, find your own patterns, because creativity is for everyone. Just because you're feeling a little scared doesn't mean you can't do it. All right, we're gonna get another piece of tape. And I think I'm only going to use about 3 pieces of tape because the tape I'm using is rather thick. I do have scissors, I could cut it, but I wanna keep it like that. So, I'm going to. Now, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do, ooh. Wait till you guys see it. I think you guys are gonna like it. And then this is going to be my last piece of tape. You can use as much tape as you want. Cut it into little pieces, like make little shapes out of it with the scissors and cover it so that you can have this same effect. It doesn't just have to be lines. I'm just going for a more line kind of painting. So, let's see. I'm gonna go like this. We're gonna have a little bit of a crazy moment in there. So, are you guys ready to see it? I'm excited to show you. This is what I mean when I say our tape paintings. Haha. As you can see, I've sectioned off little pieces where I'm going to paint. Because when I paint over this, it's not gonna stay on there, right? We're going to rip it off and it's going to be white. So, what are we doing? What are we gonna do now? What I would suggest is getting a paintbrush like this because I'm going to be dabbing a little bit. I'm not going to be so much painting, rather dabbing so that I can have my colors flow together very effortlessly. So, this would be my recommendation. You can find them at the dollar store. No worries, if you can't find them, ask permission. Maybe you can use your mom's sponge. It's like the same idea. I don't know if you guys can really tell the texture, but it's a sponge. So, I'm gonna go get my paints ready and we will jump into creating this, guys. All right, are you ready to see the finished product? I know I am. All right, here it is. Yay. I really like it, guys. I think it came out really nicely. It can tear out of this book so I can frame it and put it on my wall or just put it on my wall. I'm really excited. As you can see, it's still kind of drying. But I'm excited to see when it fully dries because there's little pockets of color within that green that are really gonna pop. But I hope you guys get the idea. I hope you guys try this at home and I hope you guys make something really cool, really cool. So this is it. This is our project for today, our tape painting. Go ahead, go spread that creativity and make something that you love. So now let's go do our positive action. Our positive action today, guys, is going to focus on another resource that we've talked about. So the other day we talked about managing our time, right? Because that's one of our resources that we have available to us through us. Now, another resource we have available to us through us is our energy. So today we are talking about how to effectively manage our energy. So what does that mean? Managing our energy? Are we the electric company? Are we turning on and off switches? No. When I say managing our energy, I talk about how much time and energy and effort and work and brain power and muscle power we put into certain things. Like, certain things require more energy, like going outside and mowing the yard. That takes energy. You are pushing that lawnmower all up and down the yard, right? But some things don't take energy, like chilling on the couch, relaxing. And there's things that fall in between, which could be just running around the yard with some friends. Maybe not as crazy as pushing the lawnmower around, but certainly not as chill as laying on the couch. When we talk about managing our energy, we have to think about all the things we dedicate ourselves to and all the ways we use our energy. So, from the time we wake up to the time we go to sleep, I challenge you guys to think of different ways that you use your energy. And is there any way that, maybe I'm using too much energy, or I could be smarter about saving this energy for this task? I'll let you guys think on it. Of course, you guys know what's going on in your lives, but let me give you a little example of a time I needed to change how I was using my energy. So, some things for people take a lot more time and energy, like my math homework. When I was growing up, that took all my energy. And something that I learned from just doing it all the time, I learned that the things that take the most energy should probably be done first. Now, we talked about this a little bit in our time management video, right? We talked about how we need to do the stinky things first so that we have more time to do the things that we kind of enjoy or maybe don't stink as much. The same thing happens when we talk about managing our energy. The things that take the most energy, let's do them first. Get them out of the way, motivate, get it done. But then, at the end of the day, once we've used up all that energy, we've done the work we need to do, we can then relax on the couch. So, if you guys have any questions about energy, feel free to reach out because it is such an important resource that we use all the time. From our manual power to our brain power, that is energy. So just be conscious of how you're using it. All right, guys, so now that we've learned a little bit more about how to manage our resources, let's go read our book. Oh, hey guys, sorry, I was in the middle of catching up on George's Marvelous Medicine. If you haven't watched our videos yet, we just jumped into this book. I think we're about 2 or 3 chapters in, so there's not much to catch up on. Hint, hint, go catch up on it. And today we're going to jump back in. George was in the middle of making said marvelous medicine. So I'm excited to see what else he's going to put in it to, I don't know exactly what the medicine's purpose is. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't know. So, all right. He found another jar of creamy stuff labeled hair remover. Smear it on your legs, it said, and allow to remain up for 5 minutes. George tipped it all into the saucepan. There was a bottle with yellow stuff inside it, called Dishworth's Famous Dandruff Cure. Ooh, that's a mouthful. Say that 5 times fast. It went in. There was something called Brilliant for cleaning false teeth. It was a white powder. It went in too. He found another aerosol can. Never more poking deodorant spray. It said to keep away unpleasant body smells for the whole day. She could use plenty of that, George said as he sprayed the entire can full into the saucepan. Liquid paraffin, the next one is called. It was a big bottle. He hadn't the faintest idea what it did to you, but he poured it in anyway. That, he thought, looking around him, was about all from the bathroom. On his mother's dressing table in the bedroom, George found yet another lovely aerosol can. It was called Helga's Hair Set. Hold 12 inches away from the hair and spray lightly. He squirted the whole bottle into the saucepan. He really did enjoy squirting those aerosols. There was a bottle of perfume called Flowers of Turnips. It smelled of old cheese. It went in. And in too went a large round box of powder. It was called Pink Plaster. There was a powder puff on top. He threw it all in for luck. He found a couple of lipsticks. He pulled the greasy red things out of their cases and added them to the mixture. The bedroom had nothing more to offer, so George carried the enormous saucepan downstairs again and trotted into the laundry room, where the shelves were full of all kinds of household items. The first one he took down was a large box of super white for automatic washing machines. Dirt, it said, will disappear like magic. George didn't know whether Grandma was automatic or not, but she certainly had a lot of dirt. So, she'd better have it all, he said, tipping the box into the saucepan. Then there was a big tin of Waxwell floor polish. It removes filth and foul messes from your floors and leaves everything shiny bright. It said. George scooped the orange-colored waxy stuff out of the tin and plonked it into the pan. There was a round cardboard carton labeled flea powder for dogs. Keep away from all the dog's food, it said, because this powder, if eaten, will make the dog explode. Good, said George, pouring it all into the saucepan. He found a box of canary seed on the shelf. Perhaps it'll make the old bird sing, he said, and it went in. Next, George explored the box with the shoe cleaning materials. There were brushes, tins, and dusters. Well now, he thought, Grandma's medicine is brown, so my medicine must also be brown, or she'll smell a rat. The way to color it, he decided, would be with brown shoe polish. The large tin he chose was labeled dark tan. Splendid. He scooped it all out with an old spoon and plopped it in the pan. He would stir it up later. On his way back to the kitchen, George saw a bottle of gin standing in the sideboard. Grandma was very fond of gin. She was allowed to have a small nip of it every evening. Now he would give her a treat. He would pour the whole bottle. And he did. Back in the kitchen, George put the huge saucepan on the table and went over to the cupboard that served as a larder. The shelves were bulging with bottles and jars of every sort. He chose the following and emptied them one by one into the saucepan. A tin of curry powder, a tin of mustard powder, a bottle of extra hot chili sauce, a tin of black peppercorns, a bottle of horseradish sauce, and there, he said aloud, that should do it. All right. That is where we are going to put our bookmark in for today, and we will pick up on our next video because, guys, things are getting a little crazy. This little boy, yeah, that's what it really looks like. I'm excited to see what he has to add next, so make sure you tune in. Now, before we say our goodbyes, let's talk about our riddle. So, if you guys remember, our riddle from the beginning of the video was a fun one. It was a little pun. So, I'm excited to see if you guys have figured it out. Where did the two walls meet? Did you figure it out? They meet at the corner. Get it? Because there's a corner of the room. They're meeting on the corner of the street. I think it's a riot, and I hope you guys did too. And I also hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you back here tomorrow. I got a lot of hope, and I hope you do too. So, with that, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you later.